This show is clean.
Slightly.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Effizode 714. Hello, it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Today, we'll hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster. Plus, it's the return of the much-loved segment Into an Interview, where I talk to the lead singer of the San Francisco band Odd Owl, and her name is Carmen Caruso. And what? A sun tsunami?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We'll find out about a sun tsunami today. Ooh, origami.
Mike's Daily Podcast
is such a wonderful craft activity that you can do if you're really bored with life. And achoo! Wow, that was a fake sneeze, but I had to do it for the lyric flow. And oh no, I don't remember what happened on the last show. Oh yeah, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player said something about the
Mike's Daily Podcast
fact that he hates being on the podcast. But you know, who cares what he has to say? Oh, I guess we do have to care because he's going to be on today.
Mike's
And that's enough of my
Daily
bad poetry.
Podcast.
Because I'm a poet and I don't know.
Yeah!
Or I do know, and that's what makes it bad. Well, anyway, here is what happened while we were away. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
And it's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Well, you know, I was on the last show, and we did have a little bit of discussion about some cartoon that I was in.
Yeah, it was a cartoon that featured... Did that one feature Michael Stipe?
No, that was the previous cartoon y'all had.
Yeah, no, it was... Oh, that's right. I was complaining about how my name, if you Google my name, all you find are a bunch of rich people, me not included, and buff supermen, athletic buff men, me not included. And it gets a little bit... And those names come way before mine, and so you have to go through about 50 names... 50 Mike Matthewses before you get to me doing the podcast. Even if you type in Mike Matthews podcast, it still takes a long time. That just frustrates me. It makes me so mad.
Now, calm down, Mike. Calm down. When you all talk fast, all you do is frustrate everyone that's trying to figure out what y'all saying.
That's true. Benita, do you have any words of advice? Yeah. Tell me why everybody's throwing out their leather couches. That's an excellent question, Benita. Yes. Everywhere I'm driving around the Bay Area, I'm seeing leather couches mysteriously just left on the side of the road. We're talking the couches of all types. You know, sometimes the easy chairs, sometimes the couch, sometimes the love seat thingy. Big, small. But they're all leather. What is the deal? Did someone say that? Did I miss something? A memo that said that leather is poisonous? Or carries bacteria or something. All of these things, I believe. But, you know, why did we get rid of... Now, maybe what we should be doing is going around Scotch guarding all these leather couches that are just sitting on the corners, and we'll have instant new park benches that are comfortable that we can sit in. Maybe put some kind of... Maybe this chemical that we... This sealant that we put on the leather couches could also have some kind of a... anti-lice component to it, so that there'll be nice sterile couches we can sit in all over the Bay Area. What do you guys think? Mike, I like that idea. In fact, we have a couch sitting on our front porch right now.
Yeah, we put it up for a garage sale a couple of years ago. No one wanted it. Then we just put it up for free on the side of the road. Big free sign. Nobody wanted it. So now it's just part of the patio.
Wonderful. That's a great idea. See? These are ideas that Martha Stewart would be proud of. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, what kind of root beer did you make today?
Mike, I made a delicious leather couch root beer. Here, try some.
I really don't. All right, since you're shoving it in my face and down my throat. That's thick and frothy. Both qualities I like in my root beer. The leather aftertaste I don't need so much.
Yeah, okay, I'll make a note of that.
So this is fascinating that this story happened. You know what a solar tsunami is? Well, NASA's Voyager 1, which will someday become the Vega planet and destroy all humanity, it has been hit by a tsunami from the sun as the mission pushes deeper into interstellar space. This according to news.discovery.com. Last year, mission scientists confirmed that the probe, which was launched back in 1977, any of you born before that date or around that date? Yes, it was quite a while ago. It had officially left the sun's sphere of influence, a region known as the heliosphere. We talked about that on the show back when that happened. Beyond the heliosphere is interstellar space, the region that separates the stars. Thank you. That was my little Carl Sagan ode. Although interstellar space is a very different environment to the heliosphere, it isn't quite empty. It contains a very thin mix of interstellar plasma that the 37-year-old Voyager spacecraft can measure, and in doing so, it can still feel the sun's presence from 12 billion miles away. As our sun erupts with flares and coronal mass ejections... What? No, I will not make a guttery joke about that. And part of me is dying because I can't. Powerful shock waves propagate throughout the heliosphere and past the planets. Eventually, the effects of these violent eruptions catch up to and overtake the Voyager 1 probe. In the case of this most recent event, the sun erupted about a year ago, and only now the shock wave is being detected. The solar tsunami has traveled throughout the heliopause. All right, there's a joke there, too, having to do with women. But I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to stoop low. And I'm not that creative. The heliopause is the outermost boundary of the heliosphere. So this solar tsunami then washed through the interstellar plasma, causing the electrons in the plasma to ring. The shock wave also has an impact on high-energy cosmic rays that the Voyager can also detect. This is also fascinating! Since Voyager 1 entered interstellar space 2 years ago, this is the third such wave to be recoded by the spacecraft. Each event has helped mission scientists characterize the interstellar environment, a region where no man-made spacecraft has ever traveled through before. Dun, 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 dun. So, what do you think about all that? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Maybe come up with a good heliopause or coronal mass ejection joke if you want to. And we'll share it here on Mike's Daily Podcast. So email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We also have the website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, with links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Please subscribe to the show in iTunes, and you can rate and comment on the show there as well. If you do that, more people find out about us that way. There's also links to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends, and more people find out about us that way. It's wonderful. There's also the Twitter page, Tumblr, Yelp, Mixcloud, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube. We're on all those. Links to all those at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, as well as the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that and buy something at a great discount, and we get a little bit of a percentage of that. And there's the blog and the Daily Podcast picture, and all the past interviews I've done are right there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Into an interview.
Hello?
Good morning, Carmen Caruso.
Good morning, Mike.
It's Mike from Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hi.
I'm talking to the lead singer of Odd Owl.
Yes, you are.
Oh, this is exciting. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm on a cloud. Flying with the owls is what I am. So, you got some darn good music, Carmen.
Oh, thank you.
You and Philip Jacobson, Adam Wadenius, and Stephen Munoz.
We actually have a new bassist. His name is Ricardo Saavedra.
Ricardo Zizra?
It's Brazilian. It's got 2 A's. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, and Phil Jacobson is the guitarist, and Adam Wadekins is the drummer.
Wadenius is the drummer, yeah.
Sorry, Adam Wadenius. Okay. And I am writing down on a piece of paper how to pronounce his name, which I can't read now, so forget it. I'll just call him Adam W. For the rest
Sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Well, how did you guys all get together?
Actually, except for Ricardo, most of us got together through Craigslist.
The Craigslist.
Yeah, I met Phil in like 2009. Yeah, 2009. I was looking for people to play with, and he responded. He was only, I think, 19 or 20. I just got out of grad school. And, yeah, we started playing in a garage band together. And then that broke up. And then we formed Odd Owl. And then 2011, we sent out Craigslist feelers again and found Adam.
So in the beginning, it was a guitar-piano combo singing thing. There were no drums?
Yeah. Well, I had programmed drums with Ableton, and I was using a launch pad to, like, trigger them on stage, but, you know, it's not really the same as having live drums, so...
Yeah, that's a lot of work. You gotta remember to press the button at the right time and all that.
Actually, most of the work is programming the dynamics of the drums so that they don't sound like a continuous loop, which isn't really interesting, so I'd, like... spend hours like getting all the hits, like the snare hits, to sound slightly different from each other, so it would sound more real. I don't know. It was a lot of time.
You put a lot of time. Wow. You were like the drummer and the keyboard player.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because I used to play in coffee places with the keyboard, and I would just use the drum machine and the keyboard, and I would play the piano along with it, and then the keyboard had like 2 different drum tracks, so like you could hit, you know, the drum track would be going and you're like, oh, I'm coming up to the chorus, and you could hit the fill and then hit the second drum track, and it sounded like, oh, the drummer's doing something different for the chorus. But then, you know, people were like, he's doing that all on his Casio, he sucks. And then I stopped doing it.
Casios are coming back in a big way, I feel like, right now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I've just heard more people using Casios, but maybe that's just me.
In my world, maybe you saw inside my head where everybody's playing a Casio. And it's a wonderful place. So tell me how you guys make your awesome music.
We're currently experimenting with that, but I mean, it's kind of a collaboration. Phil and I usually start the process, and we'll bring each other stems, like really, really rough stems, and then we kind of flesh out structure-wise as best we can, and then we take it to the group, and then we kind of hash out everything else with the group. But yeah, we're changing. Now we have a new bassist. We'll be adding him into the songwriting process early on too. So we try to like take everybody's best ideas and collaborate them into songs so that, you know, it's focused and it really has the best of everyone in it.
And the first EP was that Fly By Night? Mm-hmm. And then the latest is The Call.
Yeah.
And
and The Call is the first one where we had like the full rhythm section in it.
Okay. And was there a specific place where you were recording that?
Yeah, Light Rail Studios. It's like literally down the hallway because we rehearse on their rehearsal side. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Ended up working with Elton Kunif. I'm probably got his name's pronounced wrong, but yeah, it was great. We were just holed up in the studio. I was a producer, so I was kind of working with him one-on-one a lot. And then we did like they have this crazy room. It's like an airplane hangar size, like really huge. Yeah, so great for drums. So we just went in there and tried to do it. I wanted to do it really like they did way back in the 60s, where everybody's in the same room. Everybody can like feed off each other. We just used like some fabric blockers to block different people's amps and stuff, but kind of just kept it all in that big space, and that was really cool.
Wait, so you're recording, you've got live mics recording your voice. Aren't you like getting instruments bleeding into your microphone and stuff like that? Is it make it kind of so basically it's all live, and it's that what we've recorded is what we have. You don't go back and overdub?
Oh, I should clarify. I go back to overdub the vocals.
Oh,
we just had a scratch vocal, so we had everyone else was the instrument tracks were live, and then the voice was laid on top. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But that, yeah, because that gives it a more organic feel, huh? Gives it kind of a like live, like, and you're like you said, you're feeding off each other, so it raises it to a whole other level.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, the groove between players is so, there's got so many different, like, nuances to it. And I feel like when you can't, like, feel like or watch the other person moving along because they're behind the glass or whatever, it makes it difficult, to get that same sort of, like, lock into that,
Right.
But...
And why is it called The Call?
It was named after actually a lyric Phil wrote from New Americans. I guess we called it The Call because the whole album's kind of about reaching out and trying to connect to other humans. Mm-hmm. And usually, like most of the songs are about like trying to find connection or distancing themselves connection or something based on connection. So I guess The Call was kind of, we felt was kind of a core idea to describe that. So. And
the artwork for the album?
The artwork is, pretty much all of our artwork is done by Trillian Spencer, who's an illustrator that I've known for quite a while, and we just really, really liked her work. So we've been pretty much having her be our band image for everything. But yeah, she did the artwork.
Sure, her stuff is great. I think the album cover, isn't it two hands reaching for each other, and there's like a city in the background?
Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, and did she do that animation for the video? Is it
Away Home?
Away Home.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did the video that she. We were lucky enough to get funding for Kickstarter to do that, so we paid her to do all the animation. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of work.
Wow. Yeah, so they should check out the video at your website, oddowlmusic.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have both of our videos up on there, yeah.
And, of course, you're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned New Americans. I was going to play that right now.
Awesome.
And you said that Adam wrote this?
Phil and I arranged a lot of the music on this one. Phil and I worked together on the lyrics.
Okay.
And then, Adam wrote his drum part.
There you go. And he wrote the drum words that are important.
Words, yeah.
Very important for this song because there's some cool drumming in this. And, I see. And what inspired this idea? Oh, the New Americans. Well, you were mentioning connecting with people, but because you have the call line in there.
Yeah, I think the overall theme of that song is basically about, I guess, being a young person and trying to find your way in an economy that's really difficult, and also, you know, trying to follow your own path and just kind of survive, I guess. Yeah.
In a tough world.
In a tough world, exactly.
Well, let's listen to this song, and it makes you want to dance, despite the heavy thoughts that that you want to dance and go, forget you, heavy thoughts, big world, scary thing. I'm going to dance. But it's Odd Owl. I'm talking to Carmen Caruso, and here is their song "New Americans" on Mike's Daily Podcast.
Whoa, whoa.
Owl with New Americans as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Tomorrow, part 2 of our Into an Interview with Carmen Caruso. Do not forget that this Saturday they're going to be performing. If you want to see them, they're going to be performing at one of my favorite San Francisco venues. That would be Bottom of the Hill. So check them out in San Francisco this Saturday, July 12th at Bottom of the Hill.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of the band Odd Owl. You can see Carmen Caruso there, and it looks like they were standing at Twin Peaks or somewhere in San Francisco overlooking the city. It looked like it was a cold day. It's always chilly right there at that spot. You should bring a jacket. But you can see that picture now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Mark, that's a great picture. You know what? I like to stand on top of mountains and survey all the land, all of my domain.
Okay. Benita, what do you think about it when he does that? Does that upset you?
Oh, Mark, that upsets me so much when he does that. I wish he would not survey his whole domain.
But I got a nice leather couch up there to sit on to do it with.
Oh, that's true. It's kind of romantic.
Oh, well then on the next show, like I said, part 2 of my Into an Interview with Carmen Caruso of Odd Owl. Plus, we'll hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye, all. Bye. Leather Couch Root Beer is disgusting.
Thank you.